Welcome to Guitar Lessons, FastFunandEasy.com. I'm Gene. Today we're going to talk about another guitar technique, which is called bend and release. So let's get started and do a close-up. Okay, so again, it's called a bend and release because we're bending the note up in pitch and releasing it back to its normal pitch. And an example here would, in tablature, here's the first string, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth strings. And we're in the second string, ninth fret, and we're going to bend it up. There's a curved arrow saying 1/2 or half, which means you're bending the second string, ninth fret to make it sound like the note on the 10th fret, 1 fret up, a half step. It's good to test this. Actually go to that note, second string, 10th fret, pick it, listen to it, and then come back to the 9th fret and try to bend it up to match that pitch. Listen carefully. This is good ear training. And it's kind of a feel factor too. You get used to how it feels. This much pressure right there gives me that note. Oh, wonderful. So anyway, second string, 9th fret, curved arrow, you're bending it up a half step, and then you're letting it, another curved arrow, because you're letting it return back to the 9th fret to its normal pitch, with another 9 in parentheses, so letting you know you're coming back to normal. This could also say full instead of a half, which would mean instead of bending from 9 to 10, you'd be bending from 9 to 11. Again, I would go to the 11th fret and pick that note and listen, and then come back to your 9th and try to bend it and match that sound. The higher this number, the more you gotta bend, the harder it is. So it could be a half, it could say full, it might say 1/2, which would mean then it would be from the 9 to the 12th fret, because 1/2 is 3 frets up. Every time there's a half, it's 1 fret. If it said 2, it would be 4 frets. I don't like doing those. They're very difficult. Really, I don't like them because you could break a string or knock you out of tune. I might do it occasionally on a bass string. They're a little tougher, but on a treble string, I'll show you a trick, a shortcut later in another lesson, how to get around that. But anyway, there's some examples for you, what it looks like and some examples. Let's actually try one on the guitar. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate a bend and release here on Blondie, Fender Telecaster. Isn't she beautiful? Oh man. So, second string, 9th fret. I'm going to use my 3rd finger to do it. I'm going to take the 1st and 2nd finger and put them on the same string and hook the thumb. These are all going to help bend together. Teamwork. And the thumb. Arch for leverage. And so I'm going to do a half step bend. I'm going to bend here from 9, just like it showed, a half step on the tab thing, from 9 to 10. So I got to bend that note to make it sound like this note. It's a good idea to test that note. And then go here and bend it and try to match that sound. Okay? We're getting a bend and release, so I'm going to bend it and release it back to its normal pitch. You're going to go back down. That's all there is to it. Bend and release. If it was instead of a half and it was a whole step, then I'd be bending the 9 to make it sound like the 11 here. Bend and release. We want that Okay, so there's an example of bend and release. Okay, so bends can be difficult. It takes a lot of strength in the hand and the fingers to do them. So at first it's difficult. It seems hard to do. Not just with getting the strength to do it, but also with hearing it, if it was right. If you're doing it on an acoustic guitar, it's definitely harder. Electrics are a little easier, but it's still tough. It still takes some getting used to. Not just the strength, but also the coordination. So you want to practice your bends. They can be done on any string, any fret, any finger, anywhere. So you practice them all over the neck. When you're doing them on a bass string, of course, you're going to bend down and release it back. They're easier to do. On a high string, like your first string, they're harder. And try them with all your fingers. First try a 1-finger bend and release. And then a 2-finger. The first finger is going to help the second. And the thumb, always that thumb for leverage. And then a 3-finger, like I did earlier, where these two are going to help the 3rd finger, and the thumb again for leverage. And a 4-finger, so the little finger is going to bend one of the notes. And these guys are all helping, and as always, the thumb for leverage. So you're trying them all over the place. Your fingers in your hand will get stronger as time goes by. It really helps strengthen and toughen the fingertips up too. And besides that, it sounds so cool. All right, good luck. Have lots of fun. Ciao.